Boom, we are live. Nothing wrong with a little Friday afternoon lunch break, midday live. Let's see if anybody jumps in here because I'm kind of bored. And I want to see what everybody's cooking, what everybody's making, different things like that. Oh, Babe's texting me already. Let's see here. All right, we'll wait for a couple people to jump in the chat. And then I prepared a list here of some deals that are going on right now. Obviously restaurants are hurting right now, and fast food restaurants and different things like that are offering some promotional deals. So we'll see. Now 3 people are in here. I'll wait for some of the comments to pop up. It's a little bit slow. Stephen and Jacqueline, hello. Woodchuck. The beard is coming in. The beard is coming in. Cuff and Stuff, what's up? Babe's here. So I see 4 people in the comments, but oh, there we go. This program's a little bit slow to upgrade, whatever the word is. Pickles, what's up, brother? Babe is out for a walk. I had to trim up the beard today. Woodchuck was getting a little bit out of control. So what is everybody doing? It's Friday afternoon. It's lunch break here on the West Coast. I know it's, what is it, noon? So it's 3 p.m. on the East Coast. What's everybody up to? What is everybody up to today? More importantly, what videos do we need to make, and what is everybody cooking? We're trying to rack our brains for some less complicated recipes. It's getting harder and harder to find meat like we used to. I mean, we have some here, but it's getting harder and harder. I talked to the butcher yesterday at the grocery store, and they're waiting for another shipment to come in. So, yeah. I want to explore this StreamYards program and see what's going on with it. I think that I could do all kinds of stuff here. Pro tip, if you need to wear an N95 mask, place it on your face and trace it with a Sharpie. Shave that line, you could still have a beard. That's funny. That is funny. That is funny. What I really want to see is like what this does. One of these days I'll figure out this StreamYards program. I got to play with it and see what it does. But so I found this list online. I'll read it off my phone here, of some of the national places. Yeah, if it's long enough, nobody will notice. Exactly. Some of the national places that have decent deals going on right now, trying to entice people to visit their fast food restaurants that they can't dine in. So it's either going to be delivery or drive-through. I'm just pulling it up right now. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this live. But anyways, Boston Market, all online and app orders come with free delivery, and you get a free cookie. We don't have a... Yeah, babe, yeah. Okay, I got to put it on the screen just to boost my own ego. Yeah. Restaurant Depot, I was able to buy 20 pounds of ground beef with no issue. Ooh, I think there's a Restaurant Depot in LA that I drive by on my way to and from work. So I'm going to have to give them a call and see what's going on there. Excuse me. Get 2 free kids meals at Burger King when you purchase through the Burger King app. Orders $10 more, eligible for free delivery through like Postmates or something like that. Yeah, the comments go up really, really slow on this program. 4 Seasons Barbecue, what's up, brother? How are you? Chili's, you get free delivery on all orders over $15. Guests in California and Tennessee can also order $5 margaritas or $7 Patron margaritas for curbside pickup or delivery. So you can get Patron margaritas delivered from Chili's. Chipotle, all of March, all orders over $10 are free delivery. Del Taco, all orders are eligible for contact-free delivery from Postmates. But I think you still have to pay for the delivery through Postmates. Dunkin' Donuts, free delivery and $3 off of Grubhub of $15 or more. What else? Jersey Mike's, free delivery on all orders placed through the app until further notice. Not too bad. Through April, KFC, all orders come with free delivery with Grubhub. So pretty much you can get any fast food or the ones I'm naming off here, free delivery through Postmates and Grubhub. And we ordered that, and they just like kind of put it by your front porch and take 10 steps back, and then ring the doorbell and then take 10 steps back. Olive Garden, get 2 meals for the price of one, $12.99. Buy one, get one promotion. Free contact, no contact delivery. Not too bad if you want Olive Garden. What else is on here? Red Lobster, all orders over $12 come with free delivery. Oh, there's the Grill Sergeant. I was just going to text you and see if you wanted to come on with me, Mr. Grill Sergeant. If you do, you let me know and I'll send you the link, because there's nothing better than a Josh and Grill Sergeant live stream, especially at high noon on a Friday. Starbucks now through May 3rd, all frontline, I think it was meant first responders, frontline responders get a free tall iced or hot coffee. That's cool. What else? Taco Bell, get free Grubhub delivery on all orders over $12. Did you hear that, babe? Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Order over $12. Free delivery. You can get a chalupa right to your front door. Wendy's will give you a free honey butter chicken biscuit with any breakfast purchase of $10 or more. You can get free delivery from 7-Eleven with their 7 Now delivery app. I didn't even know 7-Eleven had a delivery app. Well, let's see. I know Wiener Schnitzel. We just did that canned chili video, and Wiener Schnitzel tomorrow and Sunday, free chili jalapeno bite tater tot things. I don't know. I saw an ad for it. If you're into Wiener Schnitzel. So yeah, we put out a video today, a French bread pizza, like a classic, English muffin, French bread pizza that you made as a kid. And then a couple days ago, we put out the grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So we've been trying to gear our videos more towards, what you have in your pantry, easy stuff. I've seen a lot of like Food Insider, Food Beast, Eater, all these different things. A lot of people are putting out, and a lot of other YouTube creators are putting out a lot of content that's quarantine snacks, food you can make in quarantine. Sam the Cooking Guy, his last 3 or 4 videos have been all quarantine stuff. One was based on chicken, one was based on beef, one was based on eggs, like 5 different recipes you can make with that. So I see a lot of creators doing a lot of like quarantine type stuff. And so Babe and I were trying to jump on the bandwagon. Plus, our pantry is full of random stuff that we need to start using because I don't want it to go bad. And I'm not trying to hoard all this food. So we've been trying to buy some stuff, make it, and then see what else we can get. Although in Northern California, it's a lot easier to get stuff than in Southern California. I have noticed that. So let's see who's in here. I think I've said hello to everybody. Let me pull it up on my phone as well, because this program's a little bit laggy. So it's high noon on a Friday. What is everybody doing? I'm at home. I tried to do a little bit of work earlier, but I'm off work today. I get to get the child in a little while. And so I'm quarantined in the house. So I figure, why not go live? I bought this new microphone yesterday, and I wanted to play around with it. Babe's going to be making a Costco run in Northern California for us and bring it down here because it's a lot easier to do up there. Let me pull this up here on the good old telephone. There we go. We like that. We like that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, look, there's my ugly face right there. There we go. We like that. Whoa, with volume. This is a real professional live stream here. Let's see here. We have 4 thumbs up and we have 5 people watching is what my good old phone says. I really would like to get Grill Sergeant in here. That would be awesome. Dude, Jack Crud. It's raining on top of it. Yeah. Well, you know what? It was pouring rain here last night. And then all of a sudden now blue skies, sunny, a little bit chilly outside, but at least it's sunny and bright and nice. So, but I don't have any place to go. Nothing to do until I go get the child later. So we're just hanging out at home with you fine people. Let's see here. Let's see here. Now you have 5. It's growing. One by one. Some people must be working. Shoot me the link. I can hop on for a bit. Okay. I got to invite the Grill Sergeant here. let's see how I would go about doing that. Let's see here. Copy to clipboard. And then we'll go up here. Bear with me 1 second. We're going to pull in the grill sergeant because everybody loves the grill sergeant. We're going to go here. We're going to hit that. Sorry, the camera's shaking a little bit. Okay. Boom. Find people is a loose term. Okay, let me see here. Let me hit up the grill sergeant, and we'll see if we can't pull him in here. As soon as my email goes through, there we go. That. Copy link. Then we'll shoot the grill sergeant a text. And I sent the grill sergeant a text, folks. I know that everybody is waiting in anticipation. I can't even talk. Anticipation. Let's see here. We'll see the grill sergeant pop in the little screen. I'll bring him on the screen here, and we'll see what he's doing. Grill sergeant is about 30 minutes south of me. And so we live fairly close to each other, although he never invites me to his house. He must not love me. Uh-oh. What's up, brother, man?
What's going on, man?
How are you?
What's crack-a-lackin', man?
I'm sure everybody can see your beautiful face. There it is. There he is, boys and girls.
In the flesh, alive.
As soon as quarantine and chill time is over, you'll have to come over and we'll have to barbecue and do that collaboration that we talked about.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I cannot wait, man.
And have real human interaction.
Not this whole digital crap, man.
Not this whole digital
I can't
crap.
take it.
That's right. That's right. So it's Friday.
How's work going for you, man?
It's okay. It's okay. They it's kind of like day by day what they need us to do and stuff like that. So I'm still going to work, and I'm either in my office working cases to the best of our ability now. The courts are, slowed down and closed and stuff like that. And then they're using us to go out on patrol and stuff like that, kind of like some high visibility stuff, watch the supermarkets, check on closed businesses, make sure everybody's acting appropriately, which so far everybody's actually there hasn't been really, from what I've seen, any major wild incidents. And so, yeah, so it's kind of just a day by day, like I have this weekend off, going to hang out with the kid. And then, and we just kind of wait day by day to hear what the mission is and to hear what's needed and where we're needed and stuff like that. In the meantime, we try and, smile and wave at people and stuff like that. Don't get too close. Maintain your 6 foot distance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, is it 6 feet or did they raise it? I heard some articles saying
I saw that too, that they were going to raise it. I don't know. I think they don't want people sneezing and coughing and, all that stuff. I did see there was a guy in another state that went down the aisle licking products in the supermarket. Did you see that? He was like running his tongue down the thing. They arrested him for basically like criminal threats. And what's interesting is the Department of Justice put out a memo this morning basically saying that if anybody in America is purposely trying to like cough on people or infect people or do like blatantly like that guy licking random products in the supermarket and putting them back, that they can be charged with like federal terrorism charges. So they're taking it pretty, awesome. I can't imagine going to prison for 10 years in federal prison. And what did you do? Well, terrorism charges. Well, I licked all the deodorants in the Albertsons and put them back on the shelf.
Now, I was researching about the actual virus, and it's saying that 20 seconds of thorough hand washing legit will kill the coronavirus.
Right.
And it got me thinking, coronavirus is mainly, it's through the throat and in the lungs. Mm-hmm. So should we go back to kids eating Tide Pods since it's like soap and it could kill you?
Yeah, that was a good, over the years, the things the internet has come up with has been just incredibly dumb. Just yeah. So look at what Pickle says here, which is actually grocery stores creepy now, empty shelves and hardly anyone around. Although the grocery stores out by me, there's definitely people around, but it's weird.
Yeah.
I went to Trader Joe's and they were only letting a couple people in at a time, and they wouldn't let Babe and kids and stuff in. You had to pick one person of the family to go in and do shopping. Everybody else had to stay outside because they didn't want they wanted less humans inside the store. But Trader Joe's was stocked to the brim. Like they had everything. You could only buy one carton of eggs, but everything else was great. Then I go down the street like a mile away to Albertsons, and they're gutted. Like I went there yesterday, gutted still. And there was a ton of people in there, but the butcher was closed. They had 2 Thanksgiving turkeys, a couple chickens, a couple packs of steaks, and like 4 tri-tips. And that was it. Like totally gutted. So it's weird what some grocery stores have, and obviously no toilet paper, water, cleaning supplies, nothing there.
Yeah, the local pavilions by my house pretty much had everything in stock except for toilet paper, but they even Wagyu meat out, and yeah, that was pretty surprising.
Yeah.
So even in the pandemic, you can still get fresh Wagyu.
That's true. The Crazy Pop. Hello. Thanks for joining in. So, did I tell you that Babe won a full beef tenderloin? Did I told you that story? So
on my live stream you did.
Oh, that's right. Well, an update to that was I don't know if I told you this too. So I had to put it back in the freezer after much controversy and much debate and asking 25 people.
Yeah.
Put it back in the freezer. So it's in the freezer. I'm trying to figure out what day we're going to defrost it again and then cut that up. I talked to the butcher yesterday at Albertsons, who was just kind of hanging out. And I'm like, hey, when I, cut it up and, take the chain off the side and stuff like that, I'm like, can I bring that here? And you guys grind it up because some Wagyu ground beef into some Wagyu burgers. I was like, on the Blackstone? That might be pretty good. He's like, we don't grind up meat that you bring in here. No, we're not doing that. So
actually, hold on a second.
Hold on.
I think I have. Let's see.
I am working right now.
So when we bought this house, I found this in the back shed. It's an antique meat grinder.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Now I've never used it, but yeah, I thought that was actually pretty funny to find. Actually, what's funny is the people that we bought this house from. Apparently, we bought it from the original owners, and they had it since 1940. And we're talking tools, but not like Here's an example. You have a drill, but a non-power drill. We're talking hand. That's insane. That's crazy. So I love stuff like that. They said you basically for the backyard, you can, for the stuff in the back shed, just toss it all. And I'm like, okay, for the majority of stuff, there was a bunch of crap in there, but stuff like that, I'm like, that is so cool.
That's super cool. Yeah, the butcher's like, you can go maybe to like a Restaurant Depot or something like that, and they have hand grinders that you might be able to pick up. And I'm like, he's like, or you can, if you have a KitchenAid, they have that attachment that you can use on the KitchenAid.
Yeah.
Babe,
do you have one of those?
No, Babe wants one, but they're like $399 brand new. She claims that you could find them on Facebook Marketplace for like $100. So I don't know. And breaking news, Babe says, I found my grandma has a meat grinder we can have. There you go. So we might be having some Wagyu ground beef made out of filet mignon on the Blackstone. Who knows? You never know. There we go.
That's awesome.
Yep,
and now, to clarify, you've never had Wagyu before, right?
I've had Wagyu ribeyes.
Okay.
Actually, recently, my buddy, before all this pandemic thing started, like literally a week or two, Babe and I went over to their house because they sell them at pavilions.
Yeah.
And so he bought those, and then he did them on the Traeger. They're really, really good.
I don't know if your pavilions has it, but I know that the one in Burbank, they actually have a dry aged section as well.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so I was looking at their display case, and then they had a display case behind them, and I'm like, is that dry aged? Because it had tons of meats in there, and they were looking all funky. And he's like, yeah, they've been minimum dry aged to 40 days.
Wow.
And so if you order, they have like tomahawks and ribeyes. And so if you order it, they'll take it in the back, they'll, slice it, clean it all up, all that, like, the junk stuff on it. And they'll give it to you pretty much ready to grill.
Oh, wow.
So that's actually, and it's not too bad. I think they charge, it's $29 a pound. But to skip you having to buy the expensive bags and usually if my work, sometimes if we're working weekends or we're working rushes, they'll comp our meals. And so I'll just buy, Wagyu and aged meat from them. So
in Santa Clarita, I've never seen a supermarket that has that. Whole Foods has that though. Whole Foods,
nice.
But Whole Foods is a little pricey. Like it's probably about the same, $30 a pound. But you get one fat, like 1.5 pound ribeye. You're looking at $45 steak, $50 steak, and that's a pricey meatball. But
true. But then if you can get someone else to pay for it, it's
yeah, absolutely. I'm shocked that Babe won this tenderloin. I mean, I looked it up online, $300. I don't know who's ordering that freaking $300 tenderloin, but
yeah,
I better not screw it up.
Good thing you're doing it actually during a pandemic, so no one can actually socially slap you.
That's right.
You get it wrong.
That's right.
Like, dang it, Josh, we want to kill you right now, but we have to keep our distance.
But I'm thinking, what am I going to do with all? I'm going to probably have to make like some like to-go boxes and drop it off on the neighbor's door or something like that. Because what are Babe and I going to do with 7.5 pounds of meat?
I'll text you my address.
VA Chick Off Road. Hello. How are you? It is Friday. It is lunch break, and we're hanging out with the grill sergeant.
Woo!
There it is. And yeah, I'm interested to see how much longer this stay inside thing goes on. They're trying to say around Easter.
What are you thinking?
I originally thought that this was going to be the last week, that they were going to be like, okay, that's enough. And then Trump came on and said around Easter, which is April 12th. But the mayor of Los Angeles said, I don't care what he says. We're keeping it longer. We're locking down this state. You can open up other states, but this state. So I'm interested to see. I mean, I can tell you that I could blast down to 5 and get to work substantially quicker these days.
Yeah.
Than normally.
Yeah.
Pickles wants to know what's on your shirt.
This was actually given to me. I guess it's a gun shop out in, I believe it's Lancaster or out towards Palmdale. A coworker I think he bought like a revolver or something like that, and they gave him a free shirt. And
cool.
it was a size medium, and he's like, I won't fit into this. So I was like, heck yeah, I'll take it. It's pretty cool.
There you go.
Not too shabby.
I'm interested to hear what happens. It seems like every day. Close the gun shops. No, they could stay open. Close the gun shops. I'm interested to see what the final outcome is going to be and how that works. So the latest thing I just read on Twitter was that they could stay open, but only sell to people that already have guns and to security guards or something. But they're not supposed to sell any new guns. So I don't know. I'm confused about the whole thing. I just go where they put me.
That's awesome. So I wouldn't even. I think the last time I stepped foot into a gun store was when they were doing that. Did you hear about that? I guess they call it like Freedom Week, where that one judge had ruled about it was about for some reason in one week. I think it was last year sometime. For 1 week, you could go into a gun store and legally buy a standard capacity magazine, or basically you can get a magazine that had like 30 rounds in it. You can get a drum legally in California.
No.
Yeah. And they had to send out like some paperwork to all the police departments, because now
right,
basically to get the word out that from one period, it was like from a Friday to a Friday, you could do it. And then if you got one, it'd basically be grandfathered in. And so a lot of people that were anti-gun were like, this just totally took 20 years of trying to get, large capacity magazines, what we call standard capacity magazines, off the streets. And now,
right,
people are now at ranges, you can bring a drum to the range. And I'm like, man, I would have never thought in a million years that
in California.
this would have happened. Yeah. And I guess that the reason why the judge ruled on it is I guess some woman was protecting her house. Hold on a second. I do not know you. A woman was protecting her house, and I guess
that was the call center trying to scam you for money.
Yeah, exactly. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. It is from Burbank though, so I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's someone that I know.
You know.
Who knows? But yeah, usually if the phone rings and I don't see your contact saved, I'm usually like, if you leave a voicemail,
right.
I might call.
Yeah, that's a lot of what I've been doing. A lot of cases involving scammers and different things like that. Very sophisticated operations, and they're making a ton of money. Unfortunately, people fall for it, especially now.
Didn't you say either your grandma or someone was involved in?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was crazy, man. That was nuts.
Yeah, but yeah, especially now with all this stuff going on, we've seen a big uptick in scams. A lot of email scams, like phishing scams. You'll get an email what you think is like from the World Health Organization or the CDC, and it kind of looks legit, but it's not. And it says, "Hey, click here for more information. This is the latest updated information," and then it'll either download a virus to your computer or malware, or it'll start to do other things and stuff like that. So. And then Babe just put, what about the call she always gets? Babe gets a call about 2 or 3 times a week. And it starts off with like, I got to think of my best voice. The revelation is coming. You need to press 2 now. Press 2 now. And then it goes on, and you hit another button, and it talks about church and this and that and all kind, and the rapture. And so finally I played along, and it was like 10 minutes long, and you got to hit all these buttons. And finally it gets to a Indian call center, and they're like, "Hello. How much money are you going to be donating to the church today?" And I'm like, "What church is that?" "Oh, well, sir, yeah, a scam, basically." But yeah, the email scams are really, really picking up. And then a lot of, telemarketers or the scam call centers are calling and saying, "Hey, we're raising money for, this virus and to help get more masks for the medical professionals and different things like that." And that's BS.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
So, yeah, these are the world that we live in now.
It's funny. It's like you wish you could direct this virus to like these call centers.
I know. Seriously, there's a couple really good YouTubers. There's one guy named, I think his name is Jim Browning, and he was able to access in India. I think he lives in the UK. He was able to access their CCTV, and he explained like, this is how the scam. He breaks it down like, this is how the scammers work, and blah 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 blah. And then he notifies the police there and everything like that. Really interesting content though, as far as like trying to catch these scammers.
Nice.
And he does it all on YouTube.
Yeah, so usually I'll watch there's a one channel. What he'll do is, a lot of they want, let me have access to your computer so I can clean it. And what he'll do is he'll set that up on a machine where they'll have access, but what they don't know is he's getting backdoor access through their machine.
Right. He sets up like a virtual machine and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
and so what he does is he takes all their files, erases all their data, erases all, everything they steal from customers. He erases all that. And then he'll play dumb for like 45 minutes of like, wait, restart my computer. Just how long can I keep these guys on? And then he'll say, hey, can you check a text document on your desktop? And then when they click on it, it says like, you've been scammed. And they're just like, and you hear them like whispering, like, what? And then they'll start cussing at them. And you're just like, yes, that is awesome, man. That is so cool. I love watching stuff like that.
Yeah. I've seen a couple things. My current assignment, my very first case involved a computer that they kind of paired their computers, and then they started, going into their online bank account and moving money around and doing all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow.
And what's worse is that if you let somebody access your computer like that, they could put stuff in there so they can come back in whenever they want, even after weeks later. So not good stuff. Be careful of the scams. If you're watching this, Grill Sergeant says be careful of the scams.
Hashtag.
Especially
hashtag
as they're going.
Beware the scams.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, are you cooking anything good this weekend?
That's a good question. I think probably some burgers. Now that a lot of the meat is back in the stores, I'm definitely going to be, stocking up again. So I I can't remember the last time I've had like a good ribeye, and so man, I cannot wait to throw something on the kettle.
Yep.
But other than that, just kind of just laying low and using the. You have the Uncle Steve shake, right?
I don't. I've never tried it, and I don't have any. Can you believe that?
Doesn't Babe say that's a lie though?
No, that the Kent sent the sweet heat rub to her.
Okay.
And then she hid it from me. Actually, I don't think Kent ever sent it. That's probably a lie.
Okay.
But no, I've spoken with him once on the after chat, but I've never tried his product. Everybody says it's really good though.
Yeah, it is. It's but what's funny is it's one of those. I mean, because there's different styles and stuff, but his original. Dude, you could literally, like, I put that on. It's funny because on the bottle it says you could literally put this on anything. And sure enough, like if I'm making popcorn, you put that on. I'm making, like this morning, I did a breakfast egg and cheese sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Just sprinkle that on, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's just full of Southern goodness.
I like it. I'm gonna have to see Babe's going crazy because she hid the Kent sweet heat rub from me. But we went over to CJ's house a number of weeks back, and we did that live. We did those porterhouses on the Ninja Foodie Grill, and he used It's Incredible, that heavenly product. And I've never had that before. It actually was pretty incredible.
Nice.
It was really, really good. Those steaks were actually really, really good. And it was like
that's awesome.
10 minutes in the Ninja Foodie Grill. Just, rubbed them down with that, let them hang out on the counter for a little bit, put them in the Ninja Foodie Grill, and they were pretty rocking.
Wow.
So,
interesting.
I'll have to get some Uncle Steve, and I'll have to get some It's Incredible. I've been liking there's a rub called Spadel Ranch. I got it up north.
Yeah. Pavilions carries them.
The one with the red cap on it is really, really good.
Nice. Yeah, I did. I picked up a few of theirs. Hold on a second. I picked up a few of theirs. The first time I did a pork loin, I did it on a rotisserie, and then I used their Spadel Ranch. They had like a pork rub, and it came out so good. And so when I saw that, I basically picked up their beef one. I picked up pretty much all the ones that they make a few. But yeah, no, those are surprisingly really good stuff. Have you heard of Meat Church?
I follow them on Instagram. I haven't tried their stuff.
Yeah.
They have a cool Instagram.
One of the I'm on like a Weber Kettle Facebook group. Yeah. And one of the guys he wouldn't stop raving about him. So I did my first turkey on the Weber Smoky Mountain. I think it was last year, and they sell a brine that you could
I remember that video.
Yeah, you can make your own, but yeah, so they sell a brine and then they sell a rub, and I think it was called like the Holy Gospel rub or something like that. But man, that came out so usually turkey. I mean, it's just dry.
Turkey,
This turkey, like you could literally just like squeeze the juice out of it and the flavor. But that Holy Gospel rub, it's not just for turkey. Like you could put it on your steaks, on your meat, on whatever.
Right.
And then the catch with them though is like, and even like not to knock Uncle Steve's, but like a lot of them will use MSG and a lot of them will contain gluten. Some people care about that, some people don't.
Right.
But Meat Church still brings all that flavor, but then it's MSG free and gluten free. So yeah, usually my wife is more susceptible to trying to eat gluten free and MSG free, and so as I did a blind taste test between Meat Church and Uncle Steve's, between me and a coworker, and so where I wouldn't even know, because you don't want to biasly say like, oh, I prefer one better just because Uncle Steve's a really cool guy, and so I did a blind taste test, and for flavor, I mean, it was almost neck to neck. Uncle Steve's did win. We both picked that one to find out then it was Uncle Steve's, but very, very close. And so it's kind of a trade-off. Well, I mean, if it's about the same flavor, but then one is going to give you, no MSG and then no gluten.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I could see that.
Whatever. It's all good.
Your beer that you just recently did?
Yes.
Is that jamming? Did it turn out pretty amazing?
Yeah. It is probably the strongest beer I've made to date.
And what is the device that tells you the alcohol content? I asked you that in the live, but
yeah, so that's called a hydrometer, and basically it's picture a. I don't know if give me 2 seconds. I can actually. It's right over here. I can grab it.
We're gonna learn how to check alcohol content in beer. Huh? Can you put that in whiskey and see if they're lying to you about the proof?
There you go. All right.
Pickles.
Here it is. Found it. All right. So you get a little science experiment today.
There we go.
So basically, this is a hydrometer, and inside here is basically this is a glass tube, and then you basically see. I don't know if we could see it on here. There's percentages on here.
Okay.
Like it's kind of blurry, but anyway, it will. The
white part's inside the glass.
Yeah, so the white part inside of the glass. So what you do is you fill your beer up, or your alcohol, whatever you're making, into here, and you'll put this in, and this thing will basically float, and it's basically measuring, the water content, alcohol, and so it will float at a certain height, and then through here, whatever 1.0 number, you have a percentage, and so, when I did the 2 yeast packets, normally with 1 yeast packets, it's more than enough, but I put in 2 just because if there's any remaining sugars that can be converted to alcohol,
right? Let's get it.
Why not? So I put in 2 yeast packets, and then it came in between 1.07 and 1.08, which brings it just shy of 10%, which normally for an IPA, that is that's pretty strong. In the past, normally the IPAs I would make would be in the range of about 5%. Still a good good beer, but yeah, this one, one and done definitely.
When you had it in the big pot that you put the glass down and you put it in, was that a refrigerator that you kept it in for 2 weeks?
Yeah, so I found when I was getting into homebrew, I found I think it was a company in Burbank. It was like a dog food company, but they were getting rid of a commercial freezer. It was basically a 7-foot commercial freezer for $40. And so what I could do is you could basically slap a temperature controller on it. So it will kind of, when the temperature, gets to a certain dropping point, it will just shut it off and keep it at that. And then as the temperature slowly starts rising, it will turn on again. And so it will keep this freezer at whatever temperature you want.
Oh, okay.
So it's very good in that, when I first put it in that thing, like, okay, you need to ferment beer at, 70 degrees. It's like the perfect temperature. Well, before this, you can kind of store it in a closet, but, if you're making beer in the summer, that closet could get to 80 degrees, whatever. Right. And then it basically just starts bringing in these off flavors. And so once I started, temperature controlling everything, the beer came, this beer would rival the best craft beer you've had, that you could get at like a brewery.
Oh, wow. So when you say it's a flavor of like an IPA is a certain flavor, but then you added the citrus, so it's more like I'm picturing like a full moon. All of full moon's not a blue moon, not full moon. Full moon.
Yeah. No. So say if you're to take Blue Moon, as far as it's a refreshing beer. It's
right.
It's crisp. But picture more of like a hop aroma and then more of like a really citrus flavor to it. The thing that with homebrew is you're drinking the beer as fresh as beer can get.
Right.
Normally when you're getting a bottle that's in the store, it had to be made at the factory. It had to be aged for so long. It had to be shipped cross country. Who knows how long it sat on the shelf. So a lot of times you're drinking beer that's maybe 4 or 5 months old.
Right.
Whereas, with this beer, you're drinking beer that's, this is, as fresh as it can get. This is, and so that does make a difference. It's not saying that like, oh, what I make is going to, be way better. It's just if you're able to drink fresher beer and use fresh ingredients, that does play a huge role.
And how long can you leave that in your keg and in those bottles that you did?
Pretty much. As long as it doesn't get contaminated by air. As long as you want. There's people that in the homebrew. Usually you drink. You'll finish a keg off in maybe a month or so. But some people have said, I've kept a beer as 2 years in a keg, and it turned out fine. A lot of times people will age like stouts and stuff like that.
Right.
I think the longest I've kettle aged and bottle aged a stout was maybe 6 months. And then, it was a bourbon chocolate stout. And, that one was really good. Then what's funny is there's a price to it. So some beer, like you can make, if you wanted to make a Blue Moon clone, that would cost you maybe for 5 gallons, it would probably cost you in supplies maybe $20 to make it for 5 gallons of it. Now, when you're getting into IPAs, which use a lot of hops, now you're getting up into like $60 to $80. And that bourbon chocolate stout, it cost maybe for a 5 gallon batch, it was about $150 to produce.
Oh, wow.
Just because you're incorporating bourbon in it, you're incorporating Madagascar vanilla beans, and like, so the flavor was insane. Like the flavor was so good.
It was just more pricey.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely a price to it. And, there's the time factor. Like, so, I only have 1 keg. So to age something for 6 months, you're just like, oh man. But for this beer that I had made, that was less than a month turnaround time. That's the quickest I've ever made a beer. So yeah.
There's a brewery up north. I think I've told you this, called Fall River Brewery, and Bay Boys brings me down a beer called Hexa Janilla. It's kind of like it's like a stout kind of, but more like a Guinnessy taste, and it's really, really good. And it's in every supermarket in Northern California, readily available. I haven't even seen it at Bevmo out here or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
Like strictly like a Northern California thing, but it's pricey. It's like $2 or $3 a can for just a regular can. So
wow,
a little bit pricey. Nice.
Actually, there's one that one bourbon chocolate stout that I made. That beer actually went viral. I had uploaded it to a Facebook brewing group and stuff like that. And so for me, I like making, I like being creative, and I like making logos, and so I called, in trying to come up with a name for a stout, it's like, what would you call, what would you call a black stout? What's a funny, name, or just something that's relevant to the times.
Yeah.
And so I had called it #Black Stouts Matter. And I called the beer that, and I posted to this group, and it got normally, it got like 600 likes, and people were commenting like, this is the funniest thing ever. And some people were like, it's kind of dumb. And I'd kind of agree with that. It's like, ooh, it's, thinking back, it wasn't that clever, but it did stir a buzz.
Right.
Well, eventually, because they deemed it political, it got removed from the Facebook group. But some guy had saved it. Hold on a second, Ezra. I'm live streaming right now, so I'll be in a second. Okay. You want to come in and say hi to Josh?
2020 problem. Hi, buddy. How are you?
Here's my little brew assistant.
Hi.
Are you digging right now?
Hi. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll see you in a bit, okay?
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
I'll be right out, okay? Are you still digging?
This is 2020. Everybody's at home. Everybody's a homeschool parent now. Just ask Babe how she's been doing this week.
Nice. So I had posted, so someone had posted it online, and a famous website like Mike.com picked it up, and then they wrote a story about this beer, and it was completely false. But it was like, a brewery from Alabama had, brewed this beer, and it's inciting racism. But you're reading this, and you're like, this is 100% fake news. So if you actually Google #Black Stouts Matter and hit enter, you're going to see, you'll see, luckily you don't see this face here. It was just my hand holding it, but you'll see the tip of this tattoo. And I'm just holding the bottle, but you read that story. And so I shared it with a few coworkers on how, this is, I don't know, to me, if you have to, I'm not saying that, racism is dead. That's not the case. But when you have to say, I'm going to have to manufacture a story to get people enraged and outraged.
Right.
To me, it's just like, is it really that bad? If you have to start, faking your own, hate crimes.
Right.
Are we really at a place where it's still a huge issue? I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but
Right.
When I saw that, I was just like, man, this is like legit fake news, and not like, oh, it could be true. I was the one who took it, and the funny thing is, a black guy helped me brew it. So I'm like, yeah. So, here, people are picturing wearing like a white hat, and here me and my black friend are brewing this beer. And it's like,
you're like, hey man, I'm just trying to make a good home brew. My goodness.
Yeah, exactly. But regardless, the beer turned out good, and no one was able to get my home address, and I didn't have death threats on me. But yeah, one of my, the person who got me into home brewing, he was a part of the Glendale police department.
Oh, okay.
And when he saw that go viral, he was like, take down any personal information you have linked to that. So I had it on my Instagram. He's like, dude, I know you want to say like, hey, cool, this is me attached to it.
Right.
He's like, for your safety, take it down now, because, you can say, oh, something pisses me off, whatever. But then there's some people out there that will hear that story and then go to extremes. And you're just like, okay, fine. I'll take it down. So, so it is what it is.
Interesting things that go viral and the things that people like. Very interesting. Yeah. All right, Mr. Grill Sergeant. Well, we've been going for 46 minutes. And
right on, man.
Going to do a couple things around the house. Going to get the child tonight. There we go. Cooking with Big Cat 305. You need to move to a gated community.
Nice.
I don't know that as a person that lives in a gated community, I watch people get in here all the time that don't live here.
Oh, wow.
That's really a thing. It just makes it more. Somebody's getting a FedEx package, not me, unfortunately. But it was good talking to you. I appreciate you jumping on, keeping folks and myself entertained as we're all trapped in the house. So have a good weekend. I'm sure I'll talk to you. Hopefully you make something good. Find a ribeye or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to make this weekend. It's just me and the little guy. I'm sure he'll want. I always ask him. It's either steak or pizza. Those are usually the two go-tos. So we'll
awesome,
find something. Anyways,
all right, man.
Thanks, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, cheers, man.
Grill Sergeant out. Woo. Anyways, you guys, for the 5 people left in here, appreciate you hanging out on a Friday afternoon bored lunchtime stream. I'm sure there'll be plenty of people live tonight, tomorrow, all weekend. It seems like more and more people are going live, which is fun. Keep everybody entertained and stuff like that. So without further ado, I'm out. Isn't that what you say? Steak and pizza does sound good. There we go. And signing out from Babe. I love you, Babe. Can't wait for you to be back. And then we'll put Babe on the live stream. And we'll make Babe be a full-time YouTuber. Because that's going to be her new job. Anyways, all right, you guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next one.